and on behalf of the youth group, I would like to thank you for attending our service today. We extend a special welcome to visitors this morning. Do we have any visitors to introduce or who would like to introduce themselves? Yes.
I'm so sorry. I can do that. I have this row. Let's do the wave. And they are visiting from Jarrettsville and back from where I live, and they are all, we're all very excited that they're here. So
wonderful. Thank you for coming. Well, everyone is invited to remain for coffee and conversation following worship. But before we begin our service, we have a few announcements. If you would like to become a member of TUC and officially sign the membership book, next Sunday, April 6th, is the day. Reverend Claire will be available to witness your book signing and to officially welcome you as a new member of our church community. Please notify someone at the greeters table as you come in that you wish to join after the service. On an ongoing basis, the first Sunday of every month is designated as Membership Book Signing Sunday. Please note that if this designated time does not work for you, please contact Reverend Claire, Jean Hoff, or Andrew Painter, and we'll be happy to arrange an alternative time for you to sign the membership book. And TUUC Movie Night is this Friday, April 4th, right here. The movie is at 7 p.m. and there's a potluck dinner beforehand at 6. And you can join TUUC's Tuesday Night Chalice Circle and Social Action Committee for a viewing of the documentary A Place at the Table, A Call to Action on Hunger. In a riveting journey that will change forever how you think about hunger, A Place at the Table shows how the issue of hunger in America could be solved forever once the American public decides, as they have in the past, that ending is in the best interest of us all. As Jeff Bridges, founder of the End Hunger Network, said, "If another nation was doing this to our children, we'd be at war." Please bring a food donation for ACTC. And now, Carol Mason has an announcement.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is my personal invite to you all to a special event at TUC this coming Saturday, April 5th, 6:15, following a potluck supper at 5:30. And it's a fundraiser, so we're hoping for a really good turnout. Readers Theatre at TUC, that's a group we've performed here many times before, and I incidentally am a long-time member of TUC. We will present The Uncommon Reader, which is one of England's favourite tales about the dire consequences that arise when Queen Elizabeth II becomes obsessed with reading. Well, if you Google it, you'll get rave reviews. It's by an Englishman called Alan Bennett. The cast of 5 veteran local actors includes me. I am a genuine Brit actor, and we'll have I have the honour of playing Her Majesty, and we will bring this quirky and amusing tale to life with our vivid vocal characterizations and narrative skill. Now the reading lasts an hour, and we, because it's a fundraiser, we're suggesting a donation of $12 for adults and $8 for kids over 15 or over. But wait, there's more. Karen Marsh is bringing a couple of her prize-winning pies to the potluck. Yes! And following the reading, TUC's amazing Spice will share a few best-loved songs from the English music hall of a century ago, such as, can't sing, I'm Henry VIII, I am Henry VIII. What's to not love? Anyway, sing along, groovy. And it will be great to see you. If you know somebody else who will be interested, whether or not they're TUC, please invite them or contact me and I'll send them an email. We could use a little bit of help with setup of the potluck. I'm in the directory and hope to see you. Hope you can come, bring friends, all the rest of it. Thank you very much.
And now we have a prelude to be played by Emma. If you have a significant joy, sorrow, milestone, or prayer, you are now invited to form 2 lines down the center aisle to drop a pebble.
now join us in a responsive reading of Changes by David Bowie, printed in your order of service. And a quick note, we choose to interpret Bowie's words as a heightened and intense expression of the feelings of being misunderstood that many teens experience when they are alone or confused by changes, but we don't need to offend anybody if the word choice is too strong. These children that you spit on as they try to change their worlds
are immune to your consultations. They're quite aware of what you're going through.
Changes, turn and face the strain.
Time may change you, but I can't change time.
We like these trials to persevere through changes in our community. Life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather in community to celebrate the glories and the mysteries of this great gift.
our protagonist learns to like something he thought he never would. From him, we learn the benefits of accepting changes. Emma and Dwayne will now present this story to us. And we invite you to join us in the refrain of, I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam, I am, when Emma gestures to you. You want to practice one time?
Yeah.
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam, I am.
That Sam I am, that Sam I am, I do not like that Sam I am.
Do you like green eggs and ham?
I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham.
Would you like them in a house? Would you like them with a mouse?
I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am.
Would you like them in a box? Would you like them with a fox?
Not in a box, not with a fox, not in a house, not with a mouse. I would not eat them here or there. I would not eat them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am.
Could you, in a car? Eat them, here they are.
I would not, could not in a car.
You may like them, you will see. You may like them in a tree.
I would not, could not in a tree, not in a car, you let me be. I do not like them in a box, I do not like them with a fox. I do not like them in a house, I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there, I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am.
A train, a train, a train, a train. Could you, on a train?
Not on a train, not in a tree, not in a car. Sam, let me be. I would not, could not in a box. I would not, could not with a fox. I will not eat them with a mouse. I will not eat them in a house. I will not eat them here or there. I will not eat them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am.
Say, here in the dark. Could you, in the dark?
I would not, could not in the dark.
Could you, in the rain?
I would not, could not in the rain, not in the dark, not in a train, not in a car, not in a tree. I do not like them, Sam, you see. Not in a house, not in a box, not with a mouse, not with a fox. I will not eat them here or there. I do not like them anywhere.
You do not like green eggs and ham?
I do not like them, Sam I am.
Would you, with a goat?
I would not, could not with a goat.
Could you on a boat?
I would not, could not on a boat. I would not, could not with a goat. I will not eat them in the rain. I will not eat them on a train. Not in the dark, not in the tree. You let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. could not on a boat. I will not with a goat. I will not eat them in the rain. I will not eat them in the train. Not in the dark, not in the tree, not in a car. You let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them in a fox. I do not like them here, or I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am.
You do not like them, so you say. Try them, and you may. Try them, and you may, I say.
Sam, if you will let me be, I will try them. You will see. I say, I like green eggs and ham. I do. I like them, Sam I am. I would eat them in a boat. I would eat them with a goat. And I will eat them in the rain, and in the dark, and on a train, and in a car, and a tree. They're so good, you see. So I will eat them in a box, and I will eat them with a fox. And I will eat them here or there. Say, I will eat them anywhere. I do so like green eggs and ham. Thank you, Sam I am.
song that celebrates living without boundaries around our communities. And after the second verse, students and teachers are invited to gather up front to lead for their religious exploration classes.
Please rise if you are able.
UUA, a native of Nigeria and critically acclaimed author of the novel Things Fall Apart, understands communities being challenged. Achebe follows a traditional African village in Things Fall Apart and its slow disintegration as white missionaries find, enter, and conquer the families of the town. The following is a quotation from the work. At first, a fairly small swarm came. They were the harbingers sent to survey the land. And then they appeared on the horizon, a slowly moving mass, like a boundless sheet of black cloud drifting towards UUA. Soon it covered half the sky, and the solid mass was now broken by tiny eyes of light like shining stardust. It was a tremendous sight, full of power and beauty. In context, these words are actually used to describe a group of locusts entering the African landscape, but I found them equally applicable to the sight of the Christian missionaries who first survey the land, and then, in a great dark forest, take over the institutions, customs, and lives of the people of UUA. Considering the sadness that accompanies the loss of anything, and especially in ancient culture, it's interesting that Achebe concludes this description with the word beauty. It is with this word that he is choosing to view the coming storm as only a change in the atmosphere, and not a cloud of impending destruction. And though the African community does end up falling apart completely, and though this is a disheartening thing, Achebe gives many of his characters a harmony with change that makes their eventual loss less devastating. Other characters fight tooth and nail against the missionaries the entire ride, and it is those characters that go through the greater highs and lows of humanity throughout the course of the novel. Either option is viable. It's confronting the challenge, however, in whatever way is right for you, that's important. When confronting changes, we sometimes wonder, where do we come from, who are we, and where are we going? So please rise and join in singing hymn number 1003, Where Do We Come From? So we're going to sing this 2 times through all together, and then we're going to break up and do it in a round. So I'll lead this half, the third, and then the middle, and then that side, and then we'll go through that 2 times. Oh. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? To what are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? To what are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Mystery, are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Mystery, are we? Where are we going? Mystery is from my favorite house. Mystery, where do we come? Life is a riddle. Where are we going? Mystery, where do we come? Life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, where do we come? Life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going?
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Georgia, Emma, and Tracy, for reading. We would now like to use this time to reflect on Khalil Gibran's writings from the Prophet on children. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday.
on emotion. Before I came to Maryland, I lived in northern New Jersey. I remember how the kids at school would ask me, "What are you?" At that age, they identified themselves as what religion they were. So when asked, "What are you?" they would answer with their religion. When they asked me, I didn't know how to respond. I didn't go to any place of worship or celebrate anything except Christmas and Easter, neither of which I went to church for, but would instead do the traditional opening of presents and searching for Easter eggs. My dad still likes to tell me of how one day I asked him, "Daddy, what am I?" Maybe he assumed that I would be asking who I was, what life meant, and other philosophical questions. Instead, I explained to him I wanted to know what religion I was. The concept of religion that I had was that it was like some sort of elite club that you would go to every Sunday with other kids in school. I didn't understand them whenever they would talk about their youth groups. I just wanted to be a part of a group and play. So my dad being Jewish and my mom being Catholic, he answered, "You're Catholic!" And I gave him a pre-teenage look with the hands on hips and half-closed eyes and said, "Daddy, that's not funny." But that's what I answered with from that day forward. They all gave me the same strange look, and I always had to explain the term. I remember that I was always a few Jewish kids at the school who would test me to see if I was really Jewish. They would say, "Oh yeah? Then when's Passover?" or "What's Passover?" And I responded with, "It's when you put a glass of wine on the table and the wine evaporates away." They didn't like that answer. Although I've always had a curiosity to see what these youth groups were like. I would hear stories of how people would go on ski trips and have sleepovers and go to other states. I didn't know what I was missing out on. I wanted to be in a youth group, but I never really appealed to any religion. I find that with the changes in my life, my religion has changed as well. So I could never stick to just one. But thankfully, one day, Georgia mentioned briefly during carpool that she had something to do at a church called UUA. My dad, being oh so curious, he went to the church and brought me with him. Since then, it has been 1 year, and I still come to as many Sundays as I can. UUA is different in that it's a place where everyone can be any sort of religion. The focus isn't entirely what religion each individual is, but instead it's more on community. There are less what are yous and more how are yous. There are no ski trips and sleepovers, but instead conversation about what our week was like and learning about religion. While that may not sound grand, like going on a trip every 2 weeks, I'd rather have a safe place where I could talk about anything to a group of wonderful people that I trust. Thank you. We're going to have an offertory by Emma. Playing, you got it right today.
Hello, my name is Dwayne. Community has always been a fundamentally human concept, yet it's so strange. You just pick a group of people, decide you like them, and do stuff together. Alright? Thankfully, it's a little bit more complex than that. Community doesn't have to be a gathering or a place, but a feeling of belonging and fellowship to those around you. And these communities come in all different shapes and sizes. The town you grew up in, your favorite club at school, or a big and beautiful congregation of UUs. We start our experience with community at the beginning, at birth. When a child is taken to its new home, it is placed in an environment that it will become familiar with. Within the first few weeks of life, we are able to recognize the faces of loved ones. And we all form our own little neighborhood inside our homes. Simple constants that we connect with. And it's always the little things. Blankie, that really fluffy stuffed animal. All familiar things around us that let us know that we are safe and secure. A constant companion of mine was a simple white teddy bear, courtesy of my great aunt. I still have him, tucked away in my closet until I can find use for him again. As we grow, our community grows with us. And we begin to include people in our communities, all young and eager minds, wanting nothing more than to go out into the open world and experience it all. And around us were people that cared. Someone, some group, some place that we could go to feel welcome, feel wanted, loved. And we all laughed at our own jokes and cried about our scraped knees, and all of us, every single one of us, were surrounded by a community that molded us and helped shape who we are today. It is a near primal instinct to seek out others and be a part of the larger whole. We aren't meant to be alone. We reach out and we form unique bonds with those we care about. These bonds strengthen us, build our character, and remind us that they can be there when we need them. But these communities, these groups, they change, don't they? We change ourselves, and for some, it's a rough road. People move, friendships break, loved ones pass. The world spins around and refuses to wait. But that is actually one of this earth's greatest blessings. It continues to turn, and we turn with it. The world moves on to face the next day with the same unmatched energy that it did the day before. We find new places to explore, we meet new people, each one a different face, a different personality. I have experienced all these things, deaths, losses, and the unexplainable joy of holding a newborn baby. Change is a part of life. It reaches all of us. You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who's experienced no change in their lives. Many people, at some point, will wish that things could stay the same, to hold on to one good moment forever and be happy. Close your eyes. Close them. I want you all to think of a moment, a time in your life that you wanted to last forever. Think of what you did, how you felt. Now think of what changes have happened in your life, good and bad, and how it has changed who you are. Diversity can be good. It removes us from the normal flow of our lives and grows us upwards and outwards. As you look around and notice the changes, big and small, that happen in your life, be glad and make the best of it. Thank you.
Join us in singing hymn number 1040. Whoa, yeah. Please rise.
10:20. Oh,
it is 10:20.
Sorry.
I was wrong. Well, check the book.
It's 10:20.
Yeah, please rise as you're able, and wherever whoa, yeah is. As our youth group changes in the coming year, we will also grow by welcoming our incoming youth. Would all 8th graders in the audience please raise their hands? Stand up. There will be a bridging ceremony in a few weeks, but we'd like to welcome you already. We're excited to have you next year. And I'll be bridging out. I am a senior, but I'm sure that the rest of the group is excited to get to do things with you. And for now, we would like to introduce ourselves and invite you to ask any questions you may have. Hello, I'm Leah. I'm a senior at Carver Center for Arts and Technology. And we're going to also list some of the various UU events and activities that we have all taken part in over the years. So I've been going to a summer camp called UMAC, which is the Unitarian Universalist Mid-Atlantic Community, for 6 or 7 years. And it's in Pennsylvania, and it's one of the highlights of my summer. But in addition to that, I've been to the UUNO Spring Seminar, which is a conference at the United Nations office in New York. And I was at General Assembly last year in Louisville, Kentucky. And I've been to OneCon, which is a weekend gathering of youth from all over different UU regions.
Hello, my name is Georgia. I'm a junior to Ferry Beach, which is another Unitarian summer camp. And I also went to the spring seminar with Leah last year.
Hello, my name is Dwayne Epps. I'm a junior at Kenwood High School. I've been... I've been to 2 cons and plan on going to many more.
Hello, my name is Anna Mosher. I go to Carver Center for Technology. I'm a sophomore, and I have been to Ferry Beach.
My name is Emma. I'm a freshman at Towson High School. I've been to UMAC, the one that Leah goes to. I'm going to a spring seminar, and I've been to 1 con and GA, or General Assembly.
Any questions? Carol Mason has a question.
I would be curious to know what you each think is the most important thing that you've learned that you will take with you from here on out. Thank you.
For me, the most important thing and the thing that is most unique about this church is an overwhelming sense of open-mindedness and to be able to adjust to the world and what it is and to love every single part of it.
Yeah, I'm probably the same, say the same thing, but open-mindedness, because this church is so incredibly open-minded about whatever religion or whatever. Also, like, being like, you know, like trying to change the world to make it a better place, kind of.
And where I go, but this is don't hate, and I think that's one of the greatest things, not just in terms of religion, but just in life that I'm going to try and take with me. I'm not sure if any of you saw, but the leader of the Westboro Baptist Church died recently, and he's responsible for a lot of horrible things, and picketing at soldiers' weddings, saying that, not weddings, funerals, saying that they should have died, and horrible things like that. But at his funeral, there was actually a group of people that came with signs saying, "I'm sorry for your loss, and we hope that your family is okay." And displaying that kind of love for a person who wasn't capable of that is, an act that I would like to continue that kind of love throughout the rest of this world.
I definitely agree with what everyone else has said, but I have like a very distinct memory of TUC of Reverend Claire giving a story or some kind of homily about the saying, "This too shall pass," and I must have been in middle school or maybe younger, but I had never heard the phrase before, and she told the story of how someone had to go on a journey to find an object that would make a sad person happy and a happy person sad. And it was a ring with "This too shall pass" engraved on the outside. And that phrase has really stuck with me. Just about like knowing that bad experiences will end, but also good experiences will end. So, you can wait out the bad stuff, but you also have to savor the good stuff.
The one thing I will definitely take away with this is being able to find community. Having moved around a lot, I haven't had, well, not that much, but I haven't really had a community foundation. So that's definitely what I'm going to take away from this. And yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, Mike, and my question is, I'm a bit of a reader here. It's a long question, but it's probably a short answer. So, my understanding is most of the information that we get in life is biased to some extent. The media, even the liberal media, can be biased. I'm liberal. Scientific papers can be biased. So let's say one of you professor says, I want the unbiased truth on the situation in Afghanistan, or the unbiased truth on whether Woody Guthrie was a communist or a genuine American hero. How, you know, and this could be a yes or no answer, do you believe that your best approach to that would be to try to find the unbiased truth, or to try and find a bunch of biased truths that you could then filter the bias out of, and in your paper say, you know, identify, you know, hey, some of the stuff is biased, but I try to get at the truth. Could be a yes or no answer.
I have found through school we do lots of research papers and things called document-based questions, DBQs, and even in my school textbook, I can blatantly pick out clear bias, and I found it hard to find anything really that is completely unbiased. It's a very rare find, and I found that it's near impossible to get both sides of an issue when you're only on one side. Like, for me, the only way I could honestly give an unbiased opinion is to go there, go to Afghanistan, dig around, find whatever I could, and then from there, with the combined information from both sides, try and find out what's going on and what happened. And I try and do this with everything I do. I try to find out what's really going on. And so I don't like to listen to one thing. I dig, I look, I try and find out what is real and what is not. I search.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
In the second row.
Gotta raise them high.
Phoebe.
Hi, baby.
In the Unitarian camps that you don't want to, what do they do?
Well, she asked, at UU camps, what is it that you do? And really it depends on the camps. Some are specifically based on one issue, some are just awesome groups that just come together and do awesome stuff.
Okay, well, UMAC, you stay at this campus for a week in the summer, and you go to classes with like an age group, but there's also workshops you can take like about certain topics if you really are interested in that topic. And
At night, what do you do at night?
not there.
And Ferry Beach is a camp that Anna and I have been to. It's pretty much the same thing. You know, they have the elementary, middle, and high school age groups, and they have different activities for them during the day. And but then at night, you sometimes have like either all camp activities, like a dance or a talent show, or you do separate activities with your own group. But pretty much it's just like open-minded, fun activities and exploring the world with your friends.
You make a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Quickly, because we're UUSC.
I'm supposed to see a rug top. You got all the way over there.
By the way, I'm a youth advisor, you can cancel your gym membership.
I have a really quick yes or no question. One Sunday after services, could I take you all for froyo?
Yeah.
I want to hang out with you guys. That's it. That's the only thing I want to know.
Hi, I'm Heather.
Hello.
I'm just going to piggyback onto him and say, what can we as a congregation do to help support you guys more?
Teach, advise.
Teaching is definitely a thing that you can do to become, leaders in our respective groups in the religious exploration and coming of age and youth group.
If you find some way to incorporate youth into an activity, an after-church get-together, or if you want to have them run an entire service.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. But anything that just kind of gets them in and let them know they're a part of the system and that they help contribute to it, just helps.
I think also very not subtle invitations to do things.
Yeah.
What I have noticed about youth is if you are subtle, they will think of other things to do or stay home. So if you want youth to show up, you have to be like, hey, we really want the youth to come to this, please. And then,
Or be like, we're gonna give you pizza, so you have to go.
free pizza is a good bait for teenagers. So, yeah.
Hi, my name is Tracy.
Hello.
So I have two kids, one who loves coming here and the other is a dropout. And I would love to know your opinion on forcing kids. Like, were you forced at any point to come, or do you have friends?
I'm going to give full disclosure and say I'm Joyce's daughter. So I'm sometimes here when there's no one else in the building. I'm like ultimate forced to come to church. But I really, really was not happy about it when I was younger. I was like, oh, Mom, let me stay home. But I think I'm happy that I was forced to come because, when my other friends were being forced to come, it meant that we all kind of got to bond over not being happy to be there. But I think we like to complain. And I think it was, we would mask our genuine enthusiasm to be hanging out together with like, oh man, I can't believe we're still here. So, I think it's worth it to have a group of friends and a bigger family outside of family and school and stuff. Just because, there are great people who come here and it's fun to be here.
Yeah, we've definitely experienced that in my family too. I have an older brother who's in college now, but there was definitely a point in time when he's like, church is not my thing. I'm just going to stay home and do whatever I want. My parents were like, that's not happening. So, the reason that I choose to come is because I remember, for coffee and conversation, talking to people and having real human connections and that kind of stuff, that's what brings me here. But I wouldn't know that if someone just told me, you have to come because you're going to connect with humans. I'd be like, no, I have to figure that out for myself. So I think just letting your child know that they have, saying you have to come to church, but you can, stay upstairs for the service or go to your group. You can do it however you want to. Then I think they'll start to realize the good things that come out of it, or maybe, bonding or hating and being here. And that'll bring them back.
Bring him here, we want to meet him.
Okay, any other questions?
Hi, my name is Shalene.
Hello.
My question would be, in the last year or two, what would be a favorite or surprising either kind of piece of a personal code of conduct or empowering responsibility that you've taken up that you plan on moving forward with?
Well, for me, not in memory, she just moved down to Tennessee, but in kind of remembrance of my grandmother, I started a garden in my backyard, and I plan on trying to keep that up to what her standards were, which were very high. She had an amazing garden.
I've become the co-president of my high school's GSA, which is a Gay-Straight Alliance, and that's definitely been empowering for me to not be alone, because I go to an art school, so it's definitely more of a liberal sort of base of student body, but to not be alone in the LGBT community and to have a weekly gathering of people who I already know are totally fine with whatever sexual orientation, gender identity stuff you are going through or want to talk about.
So aside from services like this, do you all have a sort of a specific service or a couple of services that like really impacted you that you remember? I'm always kind of curious as to like what's connecting up here, not necessarily downstairs, but up here. Are you guys moved by specific services, or is there anything you remember that like you really like to come to or you enjoyed?
Andy was here the first service, and he reminded us of last December, not this past December, before that, with the Newtown shootings that just happened, and Claire gave, of course, an amazing sermon on that, and all of that, but that there were definitely some tears and crying that happened, and I think that the youth group chose to be upstairs for that service, and that was like we only come up once a month or something. But that I definitely remember having an impact, being able to cry in public and then have other people to lean on.
For me, each time I come, it's different. Each time I come, it's unique, and each one is special and awesome. Every time, just Claire, I'm talking to you, Claire. I know you're gonna watch this later, so every week you just knock my socks off whenever I hear you, and it's a real gift for you to be able to move so many people.
I don't really remember a specific service, but in general, the services have really impacted my way of thinking, ideals, sort of, and how I think of things.
Anybody else?
It's okay. It's usually the services with music that really impact me. It's just music is, I don't know, it just really touches people. Music is one of those things. It's like poetry. And especially, I remember during the summer when people came up here and they would they would do their poetry, and that was really amazing. Claire was not a part of the service, not a part of that. It was like run by the people. So that was really, I really liked that as well. So, yeah. Any other questions? Okay.
That change is inevitable, but growth is optional. So, with that in mind, go now in peace. Thank you.